What? What is happening? My hand. It's pulling something out of him.
The moment their palms touched, an invisible force surged from the Star Striker's hand into Kotaro's.
That was weird. My hand feels numb. Must be the crowd or something.
No, that wasn't numbness. I felt his signature scissor feint flash through my mind. It's in me now.
Rejected from every junior club, Kotaro's empathic touch had been classified F rank, able only to read emotions, never giving him a competitive edge.
Whatever. Just a cramp. See you around, kid.
Daiki walked away, oblivious. But Kotaro stood frozen, his right hand tingling with a foreign knowledge.
If this is real, I could take more. I could become the best by stealing from everyone else.
The boy born with a useless touch had just stolen his first elite technique, and the football world would never be the same. The rejection letters accumulated in Kotaro's desk drawer. Every academy had stamped his file. F. Rank empathic touch. No potential. At his last tryout, the coach didn't hide his contempt. Empathic touch? That's not a skill. It's a disadvantage. You'll never succeed in this sport.
Worthless. That word tattooed itself into my skin. I was nothing.
But tonight, on a forgotten municipal pitch lit only by a humming floodlight, Kotaro had something no coach knew.
If I truly have Daiki's scissor feint, my body should know it instinctively.
He burst forward, launching into the scissor feint. His feet were a blur. Step over, right, shoulder dropped, the ball cutting left in a perfect execution of Daiki's trademark.
It's real. The footwork, the balance, it's like my body always knew this move, but only now unlocked it.
For the first time in his life, Kotaro's body moved without hesitation, as if it had always belonged among the elite.
This is my real power, not empathy, theft. With every handshake, I grow stronger. I'll collect every skill I can. I'll climb so high that rejection becomes a distant memory.
At a regional practice, Kotaro shook hands with the captain, known for her lethal curve pass. The moment palms met, the knowledge flowed. In the days after, he collected a wind dribble from a rival playmaker and a perfect first touch from a scout. Each handshake tingled with stolen talent. Alone at night, he tested them, his body weaving past imaginary defenders with impossible agility. Then came a low-stakes regional tournament, where scouts still watched.
This first touch is seamless, like I've trained it for years. Wind, dribble. The defenders look frozen.
Scouts opened notebooks. "Who is that kid?" the murmur began.
Too many eyes now. I need to control when and where I display these.
A voice whispered behind him on the empty field. "Not bad, but don't forget who that belongs to." He spun around, nothing but the hum of distant floodlights and a cold shiver down his spine.
What, there's someone in my room?
Your scissor feint is still Daiki's, not yours. Adjust your weight transfer. 2 degrees left.
Move faster! You call that a thunder strike? You stole my technique, and you are still pathetic.
More voices. How many do I carry now?
Princess Manager Hina watched from the stands, her purple eyes tracking Kotaro's every movement.
The data doesn't lie. Every new technique appears right after a handshake with the original user. This can't be coincidence. He's not learning fast. He's stealing every skill through his empathic touch.
On a quiet park bench, the ghost of an old defender materialized beside Kotaro. His voice was deep, patient.
The voices are the price of your power. Accept them, or they will drown you.
I need to observe him directly. If he's truly stealing skills, then football's integrity is at stake.
The friendly match erupted into Kotaro's stage. He chained a wind dribble into a scissor feint, then fired a curve pass that left the defense static.
Perfect touch. Now the thunder strike. Takeshi's right foot ignites.
But inside his skull, a war zone. Rai screamed to hold the ball. Takeshi bellowed to shoot. Their commands clashed. Kotaro's vision split. Blood trickled from his nose, the first physical crack of his stolen power. Hina slipped from the VIP box the instant the final whistle blew. Her frown was a scalpel.
I've got him. Now to confront him before he vanishes into the crowd.
But as Hina opened her mouth, Kotaro's eyes glazed teal. He grabbed his skull and crumpled around him. 3 figures shimmered. Rei, Takeshi, Yuri, ghosts spilling into the visible world for a heartbeat. Hina froze. Then, against every rule in her mind, she dragged him to a private medical room.
You are a walking violation, Kotaro. But right now, you are just a boy who needs help.
Kotaro's eyes flickered open to the harsh white of a medical room. Hina sat across from him, her clipboard like a judge's gavel.
She knows everything. The way she's staring at me, there's no escape.
Don't bother with excuses, Kotaro. I saw the ghosts. I've tracked your handshakes for weeks. Tell me exactly what you are.
My empathic touch. It evolved. Every handshake, I accidentally steal a fragment of their technique. The voices, they're the owners. I didn't choose this. It happened, and now I am drowning in them. Rei, Takeshi, Yuri, they scream nonstop. I can't make it stop.
You are a walking violation of Federation law. A threat to the sport's integrity. Every match you've played was a lie, but the data also shows he never hurt anyone. He treats the skills like borrowed gifts, not weapons. What am I supposed to do? Against all logic, I am not calling security. You are a miracle of evolution, and a tragedy waiting to happen. Prove me wrong.
She's giving me a chance. I am not alone.
You have 24 hours. Meet me tomorrow. Show me you can control those voices, or I hand this file to the Federation.
The next morning, Hina slid a stack of binders across the cafe table. Each file bore a name and a date of disappearance.
3 skill thieves in the past century all vanished after attending the Continental Summit. The pattern is surgical.
They were like me. That means I'm not the first, and the summit is a death sentence.
We were all like you until the summit. The hand that feeds also consumes.
There is something at the summit that feeds on us. An ancient hunger.
Every one of them had a sudden talent surge, just like you. Then an invitation. Then nothing.
If I run, the voices might never stop. If I go, I meet the same fate. There's no good option.
Vessel. That word haunts us. The Emperor's calling.
The ghost's single word coiled around the cafe like a cold wind. Hina saw Kotaro's face twist, but she couldn't hear the warning.
If I don't go, will the voices ever stop? I'll go. Running silence is nothing. I need answers, and maybe that's the only way to quiet them forever.
Then I'll be your anchor. When the voices scream, repeat my name. Touch my hand. I'll remind you who you are.
In the days that followed, the cafe became their dojo. Kotaro sat for hours, eyes closed, ghosts swirling like a hurricane.
Reality check. Say it, Hina. Now kick the ball.
You cannot silence a storm by shouting. Become its eye. The skill is yours now. Let the voice be a guide, not a master.
Each training session, his control grew. The ghost's screams faded to a unified hum, a frequency he could ride instead of fear. When they finally left, the voices were a murmur, not a scream. The road to the summit stretched ahead. At the airport, they walked not as fugitives, but as partners. Hina held the tickets like a promise.
No more running. Whatever ancient hunger waits at the summit, I am bringing 200 ghosts with me.
We face this together. Whatever the Emperor has planned, he's never met a skill thief with a manager like me.
The moment Kotaro stepped off the plane, the ghosts writhed. A magnetic dread pulled at his skull. Something here was calling to them.
They're thrashing, like animals sensing a predator. The summit is worse than I imagined.
Reality check. Give me your hand.
The Continental Summit was a cathedral of opulence, gilded arches, velvet ropes, and a sea of elite players, blinded by prestige. On a distant stage, Emperor Shingen spoke of legacy and unity, his voice honeyed and absolute. The crowd was entranced.
That voice, it's slicing through the hum. The ghosts are trying to scream, but they're muffled.
Don't meet his eyes. Please, Kotaro, look away.
It was too late. As if pulled by a string, Kotaro's gaze locked onto the Emperor's golden eyes. A collective scream erupted inside Kotaro's skull. Rei, Takeshi, Yuri, 100 voices, no. Then utter silence. On stage, the Emperor's lips curved into the slowest, most knowing smile. He had been waiting for this vessel. As the crowd showered the Emperor with applause, Hina slipped away. Her heels echoed down a marble corridor, sharp and urgent.
That smile was a death warrant. There's a record here. I have to find it before he moves.
She stopped before a door hidden behind a curtain, the restricted archive. Its knob pulsed with a dark purple seal. Inside, she tore through boxes, dust and decay. Then one folder, stamped with a crimson eye. Project Soul Dominion. Skill transfer is a side effect. The true purpose of the empathic touch mutation is the creation of a perfect vessel for the Emperor's immortal soul.
He's been engineering skill thieves for decades. Kotaro isn't a victim, he's the culmination.
In the Grand Hall, a Federation official pressed a gold-embossed card into Kotaro's hand. The Emperor's private seal glinted.
A private audience. Tonight, just me and the Emperor.
Kotaro, don't shake his hand. It's not a skill. It's a soul transfer. He'll overwrite you.
Kotaro stared at the card. The ghosts remained silent. Hina's words were a distant echo. The trap had already closed.
I can't lose you. If he takes your mind, there won't be any Kotaro left to come back to.
You won't lose me. Your voice is my anchor. Every time I hear reality check, I know who I am.
She slid the recorder into his palm, her voice looping inside. You are Kotaro. Then she stepped back, her trust a fragile thread. The lounge door loomed. Dark energy bled through seams, resonating with the ghost's silent terror. Kotaro pushed it open. Inside was velvet shadow. Emperor Shingen stood at its heart, hand extended, waiting.
I've been waiting, Kotaro. You've gathered such a magnificent collection for me.
The voices aren't just silent, they're holding their breath, watching to see if I'll break.
A ghostly whisper. Rei's voice, run, the last echo before silence consumed them. He thought of Hina outside, the recorder warm in his pocket. Then he raised his hand, the 7 skill icons flaring, and stepped forward. Their fingers were inches apart. Palm met palm. A silent detonation. Black lightning shot up Kotaro's arm, binding them in a shroud of shadow.
Soul Dominion, a gift from me to your bloodline. You have done well, gathering them all into one vessel.
Kotaro's mind flooded with a truth heavier than any skill. The Emperor's soul was fused into the technique, a parasite wearing a crown. His eyes rolled white. A dark rune seared across his forehead. Inside, the Emperor's colossal form rose, golden and hollow.
Now all those skills, all those ghosts, they are my army. And you, Kotaro, are my new body.
Outside the lounge, the dark energy hardened into an impenetrable wall. Hina threw herself against it, fist pounding.
Kotaro, I am still here. Reality check. You are Kotaro. Don't you dare disappear.
Her voice was a needle of static in his mind. Kotaro's body stood lifeless, the black glow swallowing the teal of his eyes.
The ghosts are silent. I can't feel my fingers. Her words are fading. I am sinking.
The possession had begun, and outside, Hina's fists were the only sound in a world swallowing its new vessel. Inside Kotaro's mind, the Emperor's colossal form stretched across a void. Chains of dark runes slithered toward the spectral players.
Behold the vessel. All these wandering souls, finally tethered to my will. Their techniques will fuel my eternal reign.
The chains snapped around the ghosts. Rai, Takeshi, Yuri one by one, their forms dimming as the Emperor fed on their strength.
Kotaro, you listened to us when no one else did. Even when we screamed, you never tried to silence our voices.
A tinny voice echoed from the recorder still playing in his pocket. You are Kotaro. I see you.
Her voice, it's a crack in the darkness. The ghosts, they're not his tools. They're mine. People I wronged. Yet they stayed.
Rei turned her head, despite the chains. Takeshi, Yuri, dozens of others, their eyes locked onto Kotaro, waiting.
You are our vessel too. Not of chains, but of trust. What will you do, thief who became a friend?
These voices, they're not his. They're mine. And I'll free them. Every single one.
A spark of teal light surged from his chest, pushing back the darkness. The Emperor's laughter faltered for the first time.
I never wanted to steal your souls, but I'll fight with you, not as your master, but as your ally. Help me take him down.
His words struck like a hammer. The chains binding Rei shattered as her spectral form ignited with teal fire.
For my free kick.
For my thunder strike.
For every stolen dream, we fight with you.
One by one, dozens of ghosts tore free. Their unified roar shook the mindscape, a sea of glowing silhouettes surging behind Kotaro.
Insolent shades. You are nothing without me.
Kotaro, you are not alone. I see you. All of you, fight with him.
Hina's live voice rippled through the void, amplifying Kotaro's will. The ghost's colors blazed brighter, a rainbow of rebellion. The Emperor's soul staggered, chains snapping across its colossal body. For the first time, fear flickered in those golden eyes. The Emperor bared a maw of shadow and swallowed a ghostly striker whole. His form ballooned, dark tendrils coiling.
I am eternal. All your skills are my feast.
He's turning their skills into his bulk. If he keeps devouring, we'll be overwhelmed.
Kotaro, you have 200 souls with you. That's 200 times his strength. Believe.
She's right. One mind against 200. But how to deliver that blow?
The Emperor's gravity yanked a dozen ghosts toward his core. Rei's form stretched, screaming as she was dragged forward.
If he wants a vessel full of souls, we'll give it to him. Everyone, don't resist. Dive into him.
Into him? You mean surrender to be devoured?
No, we storm his mind from inside. We'll drown his consciousness with ours.
The ghost army turned, a river of light, and plunged toward the Emperor's gaping heart. The river of ghosts plunged into the Emperor's heart. His colossal form convulsed, a scream tearing from 100 mouths.
No, this body is mine. I am eternal. I will not be erased.
But his voice fractured. Each syllable carried the echo of a stolen soul, screaming to be free.
You wanted all the skills, all the ghosts. Now you cannot handle them all at once.
The Emperor's form cracked, light bursting through a web of fissures. His golden eyes widened in horror. In the lounge, Kotaro's body ignited with a teal conflagration. The dark barrier shattered, throwing Hina against the wall.
Hina, I am coming back.
His eyes snapped open. The black retreated before a surging teal, and the dark rune on his forehead shattered like glass.
The teal. It's him. He's really back.
Kotaro met her gaze with a weary smile. The possession was broken. Kotaro collapsed to his knees, gasping. The wrecked lounge and the Emperor's unconscious body testified to the war that had raged.
He's just a man now, a hollow shell without the stolen souls.
The door burst open. Hina threw herself beside him, pulling him into a fierce embrace.
You are really back. For a moment I thought, never mind. You are here.
A Federation official's voice crackled through the intercom. The exhibition match begins in 10 minutes. All participants to the pitch.
You need to rest. You just fought for your soul. You can't play now.
They all gave me their skills to play. Rei, Takeshi, Yuri, every one of them. I won't waste their sacrifice. In his mind, a harmonious whisper, take us to glory. The ghost's voices were now a choir, not a scream.
He pushed himself to his feet, trembling. Hina steadied him, her arm his crutch.
I am a football player. I'll finish this on the pitch.
Keitaro stepped onto the pitch, black blazer over his kit. The ghosts hummed a quiet harmony, a symphony of skill awaiting his command.
He's back. Not the thief, not the vessel, just Kotaro. with all of them behind him.
He received the ball. A wind dribble exploded. 3 defenders left grasping air as Kotaro weaved through.
Rei's curve, Yuri's guard, Takeshi's strike. Every whisper, a perfect tactical note in my mind.
He's weaving them all together. Every stolen skill is his now. Beautifully.
A shadow feint from a forgotten winger sent the defense stumbling. Kotaro's footwork was a blur of borrowed genius. The score remained tied with 2 minutes left. The clock bled seconds, like a wound.
One chance. For Rei, Takeshi, Yuri, for everyone. I'll make it count.
With 30 seconds left, the ball rolled to Kotaro just outside the penalty area. The world narrowed. The stadium rose as one. The ghosts held their breath. Kotaro's teal eyes blazed. The final moment was his. Kotaro launched into a bicycle kick. The 7 skill icons blazing around him. Fire, ice, thunder, wind, curve, touch, shadow. A stolen constellation. The 7 skill icons collapsed, merging into a brilliant teal sun on his chest. The fusion of every stolen technique. His foot struck the ball with the force of 100 dreams. A comet of fire, ice, and lightning rocketed toward the net. The goalkeeper stretched, fingertips grazing empty air as the ball bent past him, a curve born of Rei's memory. The net burst apart in a spray of colored light. Red, blue, gold, the physical proof of a miracle. The scoreboard flipped, numbers screaming the final score. The stadium held its breath, then erupted.
For Rei, Takeshi, Yuri, for all of you, we did it.
He crashed to his knees, gasping, tears cutting tracks through the sweat and dirt. Hina pressed her hands to her mouth, unable to contain the pride flooding her chest. And the stadium roared, a wave of sound so vast, it seemed to shake the very sky. His teammates lifted him onto their shoulders, a tide of joy carrying Kotaro above the pitch.
I feel them. Rei, Takeshi, Yuri. All of them humming with joy. This victory belongs to us.
You did it, Kotaro. You really did it.
We did it, Hina. Every stolen soul, every whisper, it was all for this.
He looked down at his right palm. The skill icons had faded, leaving only a pale, circular scar, a quiet emblem of the bond.
Thank you, Kotaro. We are at peace now.
They're not gone. They're a part of me now. Not a curse, but a choir.
Hina stepped closer, extending her hand, not to shake, but to hold. An anchor that had never let go.
I don't know how to thank you, Hina. You never gave up on me, even when I was lost.
They stood together on the pitch, the roar of the crowd a distant hymn, the future finally theirs. Long after the crowd had gone, Kotaro and Hina sat on the cold stadium steps, the pitch below them, a dark, silent field.
I could still hear your voice, even when everything went dark inside. Your words were a thread I held onto.
I know. I was never going to stop. From the first data point, I believed in you, not the thief, but the boy who kept getting back up.
Behind them, the ghost's form shimmered faintly. Rei, Takeshi, Yuri, a quiet trio fading into the amber light of dusk.
Thank you for letting us play one last time.
They dissolved into the sunset. 200 voices now, a gentle hum beneath Kotaro's heart.
They're part of me forever. Not a burden, but a legacy. And Hina, her faith is what made it possible.
They stood, and he offered her his hand. Not to steal, but to share.
I never needed thanks, Kotaro. I just needed you to come back.
And as the sun sank below the stadium wall, they walked forward, not as thief and manager, but as two people who had faced darkness and found light, hand in hand. Kotaro and Hina walked into the quiet night, the stadium now a distant silhouette behind them, its roar a memory. He took her hand, no longer to steal, only to hold. The simplest touch felt like victory, like possession of something precious.
Play for us, Kotaro. Let every match be a tribute to the dreams we left in your care.
A teal spark flickered in his eyes, soft as starlight, eternal as the bond they shared. He smiled, a real smile, unguarded and free. The weight of theft had transformed into a gift he never expected. The camera lifted toward the star-filled sky, holding their silhouettes against the sprawling cosmos. And so, the skill thief became a legend, not by taking but by connecting. In the silence of the empty pitch, 200 voices hummed a quiet song of triumph. His eyes, still glowing with that teal spark, held the piece of every soul he had carried. The screen faded to black, leaving only a teal glint, a promise that would never, ever dim.